Our live March 1st, 2024. I have been waiting so long for this show. We got a lot to go over, so let's get started. Oh, here it comes. It's time for video check-in. Don't hit the lights. What is wrong with you? To my left, co-host, chickenista, chicken expert, Kristen. Today is going to be an awesome show. Look at Goosebumps.
Coyotes are everywhere.
What's going on, Kristen?
Oh, I was just getting my chicken poop necklace on.
Can I get some? Someone's already pooped. Ingrid's like doing her job. Ask and you may receive. Ingrid is on it.
Don't blame it on me.
Oxygen is the solution.
I just felt it on my back. It's warm and oh, God.
I knew I was going to have serious problems that, like, the Coupe remained that much better than the house forever.
The Coupe is beautiful, by the way. I'm not trying to plug your products by any means.
Please do.
Lipstick, give me a makeup kit. You know, I'll be nice and pretty for the crows.
Oh, so let's pull out another chicken. This is like a magic trick. Up to 1 o'clock already. Oh my God. We have a new Ingrid.
Memo. I missed the memo.
Know a lot of people who do raise rabbits alongside their chickens.
Why would you wait till the last minute to pull out your homework?
Have we met before?
Yeah, that's a good one with the cords and everything.
This falls right off, and he regrows a new one the following spring.
Calm down, Matt. Calm down.
Why?
This is a really interesting show.
It's see?
Yeah.
My fault. I love it, Cindy. You just earned yourself a shirt. I love that.
Yes, Matt, you are right.
I had no idea what to expect when we opened up that box, and this is why we love what we do.
That's my goal, is to really bring people together through chickens.
The power of chickens.
So.
What's going on, guys? Again, welcome to Video Chicken Live. It is March 1st, 2024, 12:02 p.m. Eastern. As always, we are on time, aren't we?
Always. You know me.
How are you doing, Kristen?
Miss punctuality.
Welcome back. We missed last Friday, folks. I'm sorry. It's her fault.
You sound loud.
I sound loud?
He's always loud.
I know.
All right. Well, we're having some audio offness, apparently. I got Nan's mic
Kristen
working.
should be turned up a little bit.
All right. So we know how to do that. We know what to do. Nan's got to get turned up. Let's get the audio. We have to have the audio perfect today. So go ahead. Bring Kristen up. She's fader 2. So bring her up. And then Nan needs to come up. She's channel 6 now. And then Chandler sounds good. Speaking of Chandler, he's been on the show before. He's sitting in the green room. We're going to bring him in about maybe 13 minutes, because we got a lot to talk to him about, and I need to get right into it. So I know, all right, 31 people here already. Guys, welcome. We are live March 1st. We got lots to talk about today. Do everything you can, share that show, comment, ask your questions, no matter what they are.
I was just chuckling. Do you have something to get off your chest?
No. That'll be later. Because when I got to get off my chest, it's actually serious. We can't talk about the show. Just kidding. All right, first things first, I got a couple surprises.
Okay.
And it's going to take a little bit, okay? And there's a chance to win a shirt today, again, because I love doing that, okay? And here's how you can win a shirt. So, we're going to start off by, ta-da, here's the surprise.
I want that.
Yes, so let's get it open, all right? So what we're going to do, folks, especially if you're watching the podcast, because you weren't here live and you should be, we're going to start incubating some eggs. And we're just opening up the box. And I wanted to share with you guys why I like this incubator. Now, the other one that we have like this, that's yours, right? Mm-hmm. Well, we may have lost some parts. So I had to go buy a new one. I came in yesterday.
This is the Nurture Right 360 incubator.
Is this the one that rotates?
Yes.
By Harris Farms.
This is the 5,000.
Yeah.
So
I think this is off of. Is this linked on our products we love?
I believe so.
I love it. Look at this thing. Ta-da. All right, so we're going to get this out.
Nothing like a brand new incubator.
I know, it's so brand spanking new.
Huh? What a surprise, surprise. Okay, so.
Drinking tea because it's so cold.
Oh my God, I got coffee. I can't wait to sip it. So now we are not paid by this company at all.
We need to sell some Coops so we can turn on the heat around here.
No, I walked in and the heat was cranking. All right, can you help out? Here, get that. You got nails. Let's get that sticker up. We're going to incubate some eggs.
Today,
right now.
Where'd you get the eggs?
I'm not going to answer any questions. I'm going to ask questions. How's that sound?
All right.
It doesn't sound very informative.
Typical. All right, so we got to get started because we're going to incubate some eggs. And the reason why we're going to start them right now is so that if we do everything perfectly, which God knows we do here at
they'll
Carolina
hatch.
Coops, they're going to hatch in how many days?
3 weeks. I guess I'm not taking that Friday
First day of
off.
spring.
20. Oh, these are going to be first day of spring chicks.
That's my mom's birthday.
All right, so we
Sorry,
are.
Mom. I'm not going to make it. We're hatching chicks.
Oh, wait, something's. Okay, I see what's going on. All right, so we're going to get this fired up.
I do want to know where you got the chicks. Or the eggs.
Can you get. Oh, you got one job. Take that tape off, please.
I have a lot of jobs.
All right, so today, we're at 44 people. You have a chance to win a shirt. You got to be the first person to answer this question correctly without going over.
Oh boy.
I think you secretly want to be like the Price is Right.
I could do so
host.
much better than Drew. I'm sorry.
Someone asked if the new incubator's off gas into the eggs.
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you for bringing up that question already. Chandler, if you're in the green room listening, get ready for that question. So we are going to be starting a clutch of eggs. And the first person to answer the question right without going over, and the question is, what type of chicken are we going to hatch?
How is that going over?
Thank you. That's what makes it funny. You're not allowed to say anything. Nobody here is allowed to say anything. Only the audience. And then the first person to say, "Oh, I know what breed of chicken." It's all the same breed. Okay. This is all the same. Supposedly, that's what I was told. And the first person to say, "Oh my gosh, that is a," first person, get it right. All right, so here we go. Let's get incubating because we got another surprise after this we got to get into. So Kristen, how do we get this started?
Well,
Big pause.
I don't know. You just told me I had one job, and that was to peel tape. So I'm a little taken aback, but I can take a promotion in stride and happily.
Don't. Am I going to get an email memo later?
So we
too?
got Silkies, Black Copper Ron, Orpington.
Yeah. Evan, that doesn't count. All right, so we're going to go ahead. So now look at this is a reason why we love this incubator is literally a set it forget it system. Just make sure you don't run out of water. It has a timer. It automatically rotates. We are not getting paid by them. All right, so here's the eggs. We're going to place them right in here, right?
Yep, with the pointy end in facing in.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the reason for that is because this is a circle and it goes around like a carousel, and the egg just fits in better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So again, if you can guess what breed of chicken.
Is this a breed that you requested?
I am not answering any more questions.
Yeah. I have an idea too.
Yeah, I have an idea because there was a guest here earlier.
Oh, that I don't have that intel.
So we have 13 eggs. She gave me one extra. So we got
Baker's dozen.
We got to space this out evenly. Look at that, huh?
Beautiful.
Okay, perfect. So we got to get this going. So they hatch.
Okay.
During the show.
Okay.
All right. So now I don't want that in here. So we're just gonna put the cover on. And I wish I could show you guys more, but we don't have time for that today. Because today we got Chandler in the green room. He is part of the flagship at Modern Mill. They are the manufacturer in Mississippi. I think it was Jackson, Mississippi, or something like that. It doesn't matter. It's here in the United States that make the Acre product. That if you are a longtime listener, he has been on our show. 2 or 3 years ago?
I think it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, when we first discovered the
Time
product,
flies.
and it's taken us 3 years to
Was
find.
it 4 years ago?
No, to make a decision. Okay, so Kristen, can I have someone come in? I need a volunteer, please.
And we need some water.
We need some water. I need someone to take
Just a
this
little cup of
wonderful
water.
device. Now, if you're a school teacher, okay, or you're homeschooling, whatever, one of the reasons why we love this.
Or a chicken enthusiast that just needs more chickens.
No, listen. If
We
you are
all
in a
need more-
classroom,
What do you mean no?
When I hatch,
Who do you think our audience is?
when I hatched baby chicks when I was a kid, I wish that our incubator was like this because you can see them so easily. And I forgot to mention too, before I forget, if you guess the right breed, you win a T-shirt and a wonderful shower caddy.
Hey, don't take my shower
that's not
caddy.
hers. That's not yours to give.
Here it is. What I want to do is I want to hand deliver this to a customer, a very a super fan, if you will. Somehow this got delivered to our shop. It was supposed to go to their house. So I think it'll be fun. We hand deliver this with a bunch of eggs.
How about we take it back to who it was supposed to go to?
That's what I just said. We're going to hand deliver this to who
Okay,
it goes
okay.
to with a bunch of eggs or something. Because
Yeah.
look at. It can be a shower caddy or it can be a egg holder. No, so you get a
No, I just See, Matt even says, Fishing Matt Ryan says that's mine. So, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank Matt for the Fishing Matt Ryan for the very thoughtful gift he sent to me in the passing of my dog. And it was very sweet, and I cried when I opened it. So thanks for that, making me cry at work. And so I guess when he had it sent, he didn't change his address, and he ordered a shower caddy, and that also got sent to me. So, but thank you. It was very, very thoughtful.
I want to thank Ingrid for my T-shirt. Yes, I really do need all these chickens.
No. Here,
that was a birthday gift.
Here, no, take this
Thank
out
you,
of here,
Ingrid.
plug it in somewhere. I don't want to hear the fan going in the studio. So, Evan Archer, everyone, come on in, Evan. Here, grab this, and let's go get this started. Careful. Just plug it in, and I'm sure we'll figure out the rest. So the whole idea is you can actually time it to a certain, almost to the minute. But if you increase the temperature, isn't it true if you increase the temperature a little bit that you can actually increase you shorten the time that it takes for them to hatch?
Yep. Or if you do it too much, of course they'll die and no one will hatch.
Here's the instructions.
So it's not recommended. Also, the smaller the egg, the faster it hatches. So, for instance, quail hatch in 2 weeks. And bantam eggs actually take about 19 days.
I had no idea. All right, surprise.
Duck eggs
How do
take
you
an
not
extra
have
week.
any idea? We discussed this when we were hatching eggs last time on the show.
I don't listen.
Oh,
all right.
Or you don't remember.
No, this is why I'm so excited about today's show, because we get to talk about construction of chicken coops. I mean, the chickens are cool and all, blah, blah, blah. That's what I keep you guys around for. I don't need to know that stuff. I just need to know how to build really good coops. Just kidding. All right, so here's another surprise. Sounds like I'm clipping. I don't know if I'm clipping out there. I forgot my knife today. We have a company that we are potentially, most likely we are, gonna partner up with. Got so much going on this year. You guys are gonna blow your guys' minds. They reached out to us, and they are launching it today. And this company, and I'm going to say it wrong, La Fibras, which is, what is their main brand? They have a very...
they're birds. Pet birds. Like,
yes.
I've bought this stuff for
Nurture
birds.
Nurtureberry, I think it is.
Yeah.
You see them everywhere.
Yeah.
So a company that's 2 generations, 50 years, and...
Those are green bags, just so people know, because it looks weird on the screen.
It sure does. Yeah, these are green
Look at
bags.
this nice card. We should do this.
They overnighted us this product because here is what they would like to do for you guys, or for a Coop customer, is they're coming out today with their new line of chicken supplements. This is not food. This is a supplement. They're going to have one for healthy egg laying, healthy feathers.
And for the older hens.
Yep. For
Seniors.
for
I love
joints.
that.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, I need some of that. Can I try it
Yeah.
out? I need some help right now.
It looks
They're
crunchy
like little,
and yummy.
They're like little balls where there's enrichment to it, which is nice.
So what they're going to do is, if we agree to make this deal, and I just need your guys' help, what your thoughts are. I just know great company, family owned, super great people, and I'm thinking about having the owner on the show.
We should. Look, they have dandelion in here and black soldier fly larva.
Hold on, I haven't gotten to the surprise. Don't you care what the surprise is?
We should feed
They're
these to Ethan.
They're going to send us samples to put in with the coops, free to the customer.
How nice.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So I said, well, before I do that, you better send me some samples. And of course, they got them here. This was two days ago. They got here yesterday. They overnighted the new samples. Again, it's launching today, but I'm sure we'll work out something with them.
Did you open that? Can
Yeah,
see
I
one?
want to see what it looks like.
Yes, right here.
The boys need help.
Yes. Oh, boys. It takes more than one person to
And
start a
there's a
brooder.
setting when you first do it. I think it's 21 days.
Don't hit the lights.
Might be the default.
That's all I ask around here. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. You're free.
You're connected to the light. I honestly, God, people, I can't make this up. So anyways, that is going to be coming out soon. I don't know exactly when, but if you are buying a chicken coop and you open up your hardware box, you're going to see I don't know what size. I doubt they're going to be this size. This is probably the full thing. Just a free sample of this different supplement. So again, we got feather supplement. We have senior supplement. God knows I need that. I'll probably just put it in a
I have
blender.
2 seniors. I need that one.
An egg laying supplement. I thought there was a
At
fourth.
what point are you a senior?
41.
For chickens?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. I got 2 6-year-olds.
That is a legit question. All right, so we're gonna get eggs started again. If you didn't see it,
Doesn't say.
what eggs are we incubating? If you get it right, the first person to get it right will get a free shirt. Should we bring one of the eggs back so people can see it? It's just a regular looking, creamy colored egg.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if anyone can guess based on looking at the egg.
They looked like about medium size.
All right, so let's get into it. It's 12:15. Let's bring Chandler in from Modern Mill.
Listen, you're gonna have to sit closer together.
I know, but our microphones don't come together.
Well, you're gonna have to figure something out.
I'm having a bad mic day. We're gonna bring Chandler in, and it is time to again pick his brain. Ask any questions you want to ask this guy. What I love about Chandler is he is smart and he knows this product. Chandler, how are you doing today?
No pressure. I don't
Oh,
know
I
how
like
smart
that
I am.
shirt too. Look, he's got
Thank
a
you.
nice.
Yeah, we just got back from the International Builders Show in Las Vegas this week.
We wanted to go to
new
that.
shirts for the event. Yeah, it's awesome. Big show. A lot of attendance. So next year we'll see you guys there.
Yes.
We were supposed to go. I wussed out. We don't have time. I so badly want to go, but again, Chandler, thank you for being here. Chandler's from Modern Mill, and you guys manufacture this wonderful product called Acre in Mississippi, right?
We do, yeah. Macomb, Fernwood, Mississippi. Macomb. It's about an hour and a half north of New Orleans, hour and a half south of Jackson, technically.
Gotcha. Okay, so thank you. Now, you were on a show before when we were kind of introducing this as an option. And we did a bunch of experiments. We baked it, we froze it, we shot it, we glued it, we've cut it. You name it, we've done everything to it, but try to make it vaporize, which I don't know how you would do that. Bottom line is, we love the product. And the reason why we love it is it's actually going to be a longer lasting product, and it's going to replace the 3/8 siding, which is BCX, the Southern Yellow Pine, just regular 3/8 plywood. It's also going to replace the high-density polyethylene, the beautiful white material you see lining the deep litter system and the egg hutches. Okay, and that's the part I think most people might get nervous about. But there are reasons we're doing this. Now, I can tell you, just like anything that comes out for the first time, it's not cheap, okay? But because we are getting it in different thicknesses and large 4x8 sheets, we're actually, the way it's looking right now, are going to provide the customers even that much better of a product without having to raise the prices because labor is coming down. It's also going to open up the doors for going back to the full-on kit. All right. We're putting them on the CNC. It's cutting beautifully. We can engrave all the part numbers. But here's the thing, Chandler. There are a lot of people, and if Mackenzie's listening, and I know
She
you
is. She's
okay,
commenting.
good. She can also go over to Nan's office and chime in. There's been a lot of negative questioning.
Not a lot.
No, it's one is a lot to me. How dare they?
So dramatic.
So, Chandler, we need to get into that. And folks, if you're listening right now, again, if you have any questions about this, we brought this up last week, and I'll never forget one of the questions that really sticks out. Because it's 51% rice hull, 35% PVC, 14% magical ingredients, we'll call it.
Secret
recipe.
sauce.
Secret sauce, right? One of the thoughts were, well, because it's a rice hull, and correct me if I'm wrong anywhere, and please, chime in when we get to the question. He's like, well, will mice want to eat it because of that? So, Chandler,
Oh, it doesn't look yummy.
start us off. Tell us why you guys invented this product and why people should say, oh my gosh, Matt, if that's what you're putting in your coops, that is yay to you guys that much better.
No, yeah, I mean, good question. And I think since the last time I was on the show, I think I heard you guys talking about, was it 3 or 4 years ago? I guess, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So, we came to market as a sustainable building material made of upcycled rice hulls in the heart of Mississippi, and that was our launch pad. And what we found out as we've come through the market, and we went through the pandemic, we've gone through this inflation, we've gone through allocations and availability of a lot of products. So you talk about high density polyethylene, we talk about PVC, we talk about pine, we talk about cedar, and we've had a lot of success since we last met. We've grown exponentially. The adoption in the market has been incredible, mostly for us in the exterior building product space. And the reason I talk about this and where this is relevant to you guys is that the exterior building space where people are using our material, they're using it for exterior trim boards. They're using it for siding on their houses. They're building outdoor showers with it. They're building outdoor furniture. They're building outdoor cabinetry. People are doing all sorts of crazy stuff with it. It is not different from the use that you're talking about in the chicken coop, which is it's exterior, it's high moisture. It's going to be a lot of the same elements exposing to this product. And where most of our success has come from is that this material provides the beauty of the wood, right? Looks and feels like wood with the features and benefits of some of those composite materials like the high density polyethylene and the PVC you talked about. But what people love about it, right, is that it cuts like wood. It smells like cereal when you work with it. It doesn't smell like plastic, but you can still heat form it and bend it. You can still work with it like a lot of those composite materials. So again, all those features and benefits. So we've sort of positioned ourselves as this next generation of wood alternative and composite building material that provides a lot of the uses and applications and flexibility of a wood, but then you can throw it in the ground and have it sit in water and it's not going to rot. Now, to answer your question, you mentioned mice. Are mice going to want to eat it? And there's two things that we generally talk about, right? Or one main thing is that people say rice. It's made of rice. Mm-hmm. It is not made of rice. And the important word is husk or hull, right? So if you think about a composite of an organic fiber that would be an ideal fiber for a composite building material, it would be a rice husk, because the rice husk is the protective shell around the rice grain that protects the rice grain from water, weather, pests, mold, mildew, and sunlight. So when we take the rice husk, it's extremely resilient. It takes years for it to break down for composting in the landfill space. So as an organic fiber to put into a composite building material, it is not a food product. It is actually the protective, non-edible casing of the food product. That said, mice will eat the wires in your car, right? I mean, we've had a woodpecker peck at some Acre and give up, and we've had a mouse take a little bite out of a piece that somebody sent us a picture once. But I would tell you, since the time we've spoken 3 or 4 years ago, whenever that was, I've seen one picture of a woodpecker trying, and I've seen one picture of a mouse trying. But
so I love that answer, because I kind of had to go off the whim, and I said, well, if you think about it, there's no nutrient value in the husk, the hull. And so, and Chandler just took it a step further, where I love that it makes sense to use that as an ingredient in the longevity of this product, because if that outside hull takes that much longer to break down, it has that resistance to nature, if you will. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense why you're using this. So Chandler, help me out here. Another big question. And someone even asked about the off-gassing of the incubator. Can you tell me what is really the definition of off-gassing? When we start talking about off-gassing, what does it mean? And does this product off-gas?
So it does not off-gas. Definition of off-gassing, I am not as smart as you're giving me credit for being. I mean, I guess for me, my understanding of off-gassing coming from when I used to sell epoxy flooring and urethane flooring for industrial manufacturing and food processing, 100% solids versus solvent-based, being that there is evaporation of fumes into the air. We do not off-gas, right? There is no, if you take a piece of Acre and smell it, I mean, it doesn't really smell like anything. Now, if you cut into it, obviously everything has an odor, but we do not off-gas. And that was, I mean, it's more of a technical question than I guess I would really know about specifically, but our chemists and technical guys would be able to answer that better than I can. But I do know we don't off-gas.
Yeah, so I totally agree with him. You can tell, like, if you go into a new car, that's off-gassing. If you think about it, there's a lot of petroleum-based products in a car, new carpet, things like that. And how harmful is it? I don't know. It's always used as people like, is that off-gas? You know, it's like, really, dude?
Right.
So, but a legit question. So another question we got that I was just like, and this is a huge, wide range of a subject. A customer asked, if you build, now we have been using this in duck houses. That's where we started, because it's like, okay, if there's ever a good test, it's in a duck house because of how messy and wet they are. It's been beautiful. A customer was asking about getting their duck house built by us and using the Acre, but they're on an organic farm. And they're like, am I going to lose my organic certification if we use Acre in the duck house? Which I'm like, how does those two even relate? Because we're talking about a structure, not something that's going in the soil. But I just thought, okay, it's telling us what people are thinking and asking themselves. And I want to, be able to have a legit answer. Has there been any talks about, is this organic certified? Is this going to go against if you are a organic certified farm and you decide to use this to build for your cow barn or something like that? Any problems there?
I mean, not that I know. I mean, I guess like we have had that question asked before. Is it a organic product? Which it is not, because there is a resin component to it. I guess the question I would ask in that case, and I don't know what the stipulations are for organic farming and what the requirements are. In general, I guess I would say if any structure has been built out of PVC or high density polyethylene and it did not affect it, then we would not affect it, right? So that's the best answer I guess I could provide there.
So that makes perfect sense. So here's the thing, and I this is a part I do want to get off my chest, because I remember when organic was coming out when I was an exterminator, and everyone wanted to be cool, but there was really no definition of what really organic is. But here's what I want you folks to understand. There's many reasons why I'm switching to organic, or I'm switching to Acre, because to me the organic is, let's stop being scumbags to the planet, okay? And we are so wasteful. We are wasteful in our production. We are toxic in our production. But I know we need certain things to do certain jobs, have certain applications, certain outcomes. So I'm not saying to just eliminate everything, but I'm saying let's continue to be smart, okay? And from a business owner point of view, I can spot so many opportunities to decrease our waste. And one of the things that I love about this material is, yes, it's already 51% ricol. That's incredible. We are going to have a lot less waste. We're going to be able to produce faster. We're just doing so many things that when they really add up, to me, that's very organic versus what we're doing right now. And then, and it's going to lead into a question, one of the things that we looked at before high density polyethylene was PVC board. And we got ripped apart. And it isn't so much about PVC board in its final stages. People kept saying, do you have any idea how toxic PVC is in the production side of things? And I'm like, no, I don't. I have no clue. But PVC is very popular. You want to believe, there's food safety there because it's, you're moving potable water. But of course, if it gets out in the sun, it could leach in toxins. And I've talked to the PVC pipe manufacturers in this case, and they're like, it doesn't leach until it's 700 degrees Fahrenheit. The point I'm getting at, Chandler, I would love if you can kind of speak to that for people that are like, well, okay, I love that it's ricol, but 35% PVC, get out of here. You know what I mean? How would you address that, especially comparing to the environmental impact of using high density polyethylene, which is what we currently use?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so not to attack what you use, but from a resin perspective, when we talk about polyethylene, polypropylene versus PVC, polyvinyl chloride, polyethylene and polypropylene are 100% petroleum based. PVC is a poly and sea salt, right? So PVC as a resin compared to polyethylene and polypropylene is less resin, less petroleum based than polyethylene and polypropylene. Sorry,
yeah,
Acre is less PVC than PVC, like you said, 51% risoles. So that for us is, I often refer to this to people in like the evolution of cars, right? So we talk about gas car, and then we talk about a hybrid car, and then we talk about an electric car. And I do think you can make arguments about all of them, right? There is the battery aspect everything, nothing's perfect. Right. We accept that Acre is not perfect. Acre still does have a resin component to it. A bioresin would be our dream. It's not available. We're always looking at that. Our CEO is very progressive thinking and looking at that. And there's certain things that we've talked about. They're just not scalable to the level that we would need at this point. Are we excited about that coming at some point? Yes. Is this the step in the evolution? Yes. And that's where we ask people to join us in this process, right? Like we have to start somewhere.
Right.
And we do feel very confidently that this product, again, without sacrificing any of the performance attributes, and actually improves on some of them when we talk about the expansion, contraction, and some of these ideals. With that rice husk, there is a carbon offset for that, right? So rice hulls have a carbon footprint. So if you go to our website, you can actually see that there's a couple images and features on there that Heineken used Acre to build their quote unquote, it's called the greener bar. And they launched it at the Formula One race in March, I think in 2022. They built an entire exterior structure out of Acre. They could have chosen any composite building material out of there, and it's a modular piece that they built. They built these huge sort of pergola structures. They built furniture. They made these a mock Formula One car. And we asked them why Acre, and they said, well, because of the upcycle rice hulls and the carbon offset that presents. Because rice, anybody that uses rice has a carbon footprint. So then fast forward to last year, we have Chipotle with all their new net zero stores now using Acre in their interior artwork. They're digitally printing on Acre. And then we actually just did our first flagship store in Medfield, Massachusetts, where they sided the whole place with Acre shiplap siding, because again, we can offset the carbon footprint of consuming rice by the nature of the rice hull being a landfill product, so that when you bring in, there you go, there's the Chipotle artwork right there. So there is a lot to, and it's more about, like when we talk about, and you talked about it initially as well, which is there's a lot of waste, right? So because we're a factory manufactured product, we can extrude boards 4 foot wide, 1/2 inch, 3/8, 5/8, 3/4 inch thick, 1 inch thick, 10 foot long, 12 foot long, 18 foot long, 20 foot long. You're using a CNC. We're a factory vertical grain, essentially. So you're not picking through pieces that might have knots and are not usable. The wood might have split in transport. Like, there's all these considerations that we talk about in terms of waste that do have to be looked at, right? When we talk about like a life cycle analysis and whatnot, and reduce scrap, longer life cycle. It's made in the USA, right? We're talking about local transportation. We're not importing all these materials and raws. So again, we just want to look at it from a big picture. And yeah, I mean, again, just overarching theme for us is like, this is the evolution, right? The evolution of PVC or composite building material. And it's continually evolving. And I think you can probably see it in the material you see right now from 3 years ago. We've made some great strides. It's looking better and better every day, and we're always trying to improve it. And that includes in the resin consideration.
Yeah, so I totally agree. And that, again, like, I got goosebumps. I love figuring out today what's going to sell tomorrow, and I love being part of that. And we took 3 years. 3 years to go, is this the right product? Because this is a huge change in our product. This is a huge domino effect. And again, from a business point of view, it became a no-brainer. But anytime you have change, you get some people going, eh. So we're here to help educate that customer and
some questions
and be part of that. Yes. So real quick, again, we're up to 80 people. Thank you so much. If you weren't here in the beginning of the show, I did mention we started an incubator of 13 eggs. You have a chance to win a shirt today if someone hasn't answered it already. If you can guess what that breed is of that chicken that we are chickens we're going to hatch in 3 weeks, you can win yourself a shirt. So it's already started. I can't bring it back in here, but to help people, to be fair, creamy white smallish egg.
Yeah, medium
egg. But also today we are talking about Acre. The decision has been made. We've already been experimenting with the duck houses. It's so hard to believe how good this product's been. You know, Chandler mentioned about expansion contraction. Oh my God. Okay, so high density, yeah, great product because it's indestructible. And I've said it for years, way overkill for what we're doing, but it's psychological. This stuff hardly expands and contracts. It is so darn stable. But again, I know, and I'm about to show you guys the first Carolina Coupe all built out of Acre. Okay. I know people are probably going to go, oh my gosh, where's the white diaper? You know what I mean? You're not going to want to take a dump on a brown toilet, right? There's a reason why most toilets are white. We get it in our heads that everything has to be white and sanitary, but it doesn't. So we got to figure out as Carolina Coupes just to make sure we're sending the message why we went to this. And there's just, again, I can't think of any reason why we wouldn't use it. So yes, Ingrid, you said there's some questions?
Yes. So Don asks if it's lighter than wood.
What kind of wood? I mean, that's what species? You got light wood.
Well, the wood that you would use to build a coop. Does it make the coop lighter?
Okay, that's a fair question.
So specific density of the Acre is approximately 0.65 grams per cubic centimeter, which is going to be your cedar or pine, I think, roughly.
Yeah, because it's not heavy like high density, but it would almost. I mean, here we got 2 different volumes, and this is just a chunk of Doug fir. You know, here's some 3/4. It's almost equivalent. So that's a good question. Another question we've been getting a lot, and this has been one of the things that we were panicking on when we were doing our tests, but I think we've overcome it. There are some things that people need to know. And of course, people love our chick coops because they're very functional, they're well built, but especially when they get turnkey from us, we can make them beautiful, right? Especially with the paint job or the stain job. We have learned, and Chandler, I'd love to make sure you can explain it to all of us in layman's terms, just so we don't overcomplicate it. But if someone wants to paint the Acre material, there is a certain type of paint you want to use. The same thing with stain. So if you could talk about that, please.
Yeah, that's for sure been, for us, most required resources into explaining how to paint or stain Acre, because again, we actually had to make big labels that say, stop, Acre looks like wood, but it's not. Like that's and again, because there is a resin component of it. But again, speaking to the website, we revamped the website and relaunched it, I think 2 weeks ago. We spent a ton of time on the coatings section of it. So here's the beautiful thing about that new website coding section for Acre is we put very clear language about it. And I'll paraphrase it, right? Which is water-based paints and solar reflective pigments, right? So I won't go too deep into the weeds because the website is going to make sense of it. It's going to make it very clear and it's going to make it very obvious. And it's even going to go one step further where we added actually a coatings quiz. So we now, if you think about like a traditional flow chart, right? People can go to our website and there's a coatings quiz on there. It's a dynamic form and they will open it up and it'll say, do you want to paint, stain, or leave your Acre natural? And they'll say, I want to paint it. And it's going to say, okay, is it water-based? Yes. And if yes, it's going to let them go forward. And if it says no, then it's going to stop them and say, stop, do not proceed. You cannot use solvent-based, right? And then it's going to say, okay, if your paint is water-based, is the LRV above 55? And the question would be yes. And if the answer is no, or I don't know what LRV is, it's going to say stop. And you can choose a color from our website. So that's just to simplify that. But in a broad sense, again, water-based finishes. And when you get to dark colors, again, because we do have a PVC resin component that you mentioned it, right? Like if because it's a thermoplastic base and that provides benefits to it, which means when we talk about heat bending and heat folding and doing all sorts of cool things with the PVC component of it, that also means that if you paint this stuff black with a solvent-based paint bought from a local hardware store, it will affect the chemistry and the performance of the material. You can still paint it black. It just needs to be the right black. And again, if you go to the website, go to that new coatings page, it's very clear. It's very simple. We've uploaded and gotten approval from PPG, Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore. We have put all of the approved colors on that page. We've put 85 solar reflective paint colors from PPG. There's probably 5 blacks, 4 dark grays. And then we've also uploaded, we actually launched a signature stain group. So we have 7 colors of stains. These are just a couple of them. These are all, sorry.
Ingrid, go back to, well, okay, now we're all right. So yeah, I would love
the staining resource there. Go ahead.
So I would love to see them, but so we're on the website, and so here's, okay, again, modernmill.com, and right now we're talking about what you need to know about when it comes to paint and stain or leave it natural. But hold on, my mind is blown. And now make sure I'm not clipping on those monitors. I keep sounding like I'm clipping, but he just said you can paint it black. One of my favorite songs, by the way. Because we were told that is one of the colors you can't use because there's something about the black colorants that go into the paint what makes it where I guess it's going to bubble or just heats up too much. Like I don't really understand it. I don't think we really got to get into it. But either way, this is something for us to know and definitely share with our customers. Clarity, easy to read. And we got to really study up on this because this is such a huge part of switching to Acres. What paints can we use? And of course, we love Sherwin-Williams. We don't get paid by them. We should. Outstanding company, phenomenal product. The support has just been amazing. But I would love to know more so we can actually. So hold on, Ingrid. If you click on Sherwin-Williams paint colors, here is a place that we, disclaimer, do not make color adjustments. We need to do the same thing on our website. So these are colors that you could.
If you hover over those colors and scroll down, it is a dynamic color palette. So if you can roll through them. And these are just, I don't know, probably 80 plus colors, but there's a lot of color choices there. And if you
look
go
at that
back
double Dutch. So in
Sorry, go ahead.
general, what Sherwin-Williams has said, I want your blessing. I want to get it on record that, yep, Chandler said yes. So as long as the paint can says, this is what we were told, as long as that paint can says vinyl safe paint, you can paint it on Acre and not worry about it coming off. Is that a true statement?
Yeah, I mean, bonding and adhesion we sand our boards when we manufacture them, so they have a mechanical profile. Adhesion is off the charts on that. They have a 5A or whatever they classify it as. When you were just scrolling through that page there, and again, this is like, it gets so complicated, and you said we don't need to get into the weeds about LRV and heat buildup and all these things. That's where we revamped this website to put those color names on there. And yeah, Sherwin-Williams has a specific color palette that the colors are formulated for use with PVC and therefore Acre. Sherwin-Williams is the same thing. And then what's happening just in a broader sense, because of the growth and adoption rate of composite building materials, paint manufacturers are invested in this, right? Because this has been a known issue so in the Northeast, I live up in the Boston area. 70% of the PVC building materials used in exterior trim applications come into New England. It's been that way. We started 20 years ago up in this market. Everybody here has been using PVC on their coastal homes for the last 15 years. You have people that would paint a competitor's PVC black, and it will literally start flying off the house, right? Because it just gets too hot. The material gets up to 200 degrees and it just affects the chemical properties of it. And that's for any resin-based material, right? I mean, that's any competitor material, including Acre, right? Because we have PVC there. Now, that said, because of this, it's a huge, if you think about the conversion from pine and cedar, I mean, people still paint cedar up here for their trim. There is market being lost to composites for the paint manufacturers. So they are behind this. So PPG, listen, we like Sherwin-Williams. We're not married to any brand. I would tell you that PPG as a manufacturer is mixing paints with a solar reflective pigment that they can literally mix any color you want, and it is approved for use on Acre or PVC. And we have on that page as well 85 colors that are already manufactured and available.
PPG. Is that what you're saying? PPG, Papa Golf.
Pittsburgh Paint Group, I guess.
And you were showing us some samples. Could you show us those again?
Yeah,
because we were on the website, no one could see
Yeah,
it.
so this is the staining, and we definitely need to figure out the staining.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And what are those colors?
Is that paint
so
or stain?
These are, do I need to put them near my face?
Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
good.
These are stains. So if you go to the website and you go to the stain section, we have PPG worked with us. With our product manager, I spent an entire day out in Fort Wayne, Indiana, working with their group. They mixed us 7 signature Acre colors with a heat reflective stain pigment. And the color names are Acre Black. We have like an Acre Teak. We have a Montauk Gray based on Montauk, Long Island out there. Mahogany, Walnut. We've named a couple after a couple towns in Mississippi, Amory and Biloxi, which is like a brownish wood. And those 7 signature stain colors there you go. These are the 7 stain colors. They are approved. They are available. And it even says on the website how to order those. There's also 6 colors from Sherwin-Williams, Super Deck IR reflective stains right there. Cedar bark, chestnut, lodge brown, hawthorn. So there's 13 stain colors that are currently approved. And then if you want a different color, you could either mix coats of those, or there is instructions on the website how to order a custom stain directly from PPG mixed with that reflective pigment.
I love all their disclaimer and then disclaimer. There's a disclaimer, and I don't blame them. This is what we go through, and it's like if you get one word wrong and the customer insists, I did exactly what you said, and now it's falling apart, and you need to pay my painter for what they did and then pay him again. I mean, it's just nuts what some people try to do. So PPG, okay, so I mean, again, I love Sherwin-Williams. I've never, ever used a PPG product. I will have to kind of look into them.
You may have enough room in your heart to love another.
No. I am a very loyal ride or die to our vendors that are good to me. I hope our Sherwin-Williams rep is not listening. If she is, I guarantee she's already slammed the brakes, turned around, and she's going to walk this door and go, absolutely not. But no, that's good to know, especially on the stain part, because those
were beautiful colors.
That's come up a lot.
Amazing.
One of the things, okay, and we'll get back to the questions. We're going to get to everyone's questions, guys. If you have any questions about Acre, please ask them. One, because I want to hear the questions. I need to know what customers are thinking. And Ingrid, let's go ahead. Let's show off this beautiful.
I haven't seen it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So Ethan is just absolutely incredible. He is an artist.
He is our road crew.
Yes, you
one man show.
I'm getting there. But yeah, I know you've been awfully quiet. Go ahead, take it away.
No, go ahead.
So okay, yeah. So Ethan just assembled a coupe over in Wake Forest. It was local. We had really the. Are you gonna bring up the pictures?
I was waiting for you to.
Oh no!
Or do we have a picture of Ethan?
Well, no! Don't go right. No, don't pop the hood immediately.
Okay.
No, you gotta suck them in slowly, Ingrid. So here is an 8x18, right, or 24? I can't tell. Might be 24.
I think it's 24.
I think so.
Carolina Coupe. This is the first, what we've been calling the next gen Carolina Coupe. Now, what you folks are looking at, yes, that's a green roof. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. There's two main things I hope immediately you notice. Well, you probably don't notice that's Acre. Every piece of trim, whether it's a trim, it's the batten, okay, or the siding is all Acre.
So yeah, Matt asked if you could build a whole coupe out of it.
Well, we're getting there.
Okay,
That's where I'm going to leave off, and Chandler already knows what I'm going to ask. I've already been asking, but I'm kind of curious where they're at with it, and I hope to God they come up with something. So here is the Carolina Coupe. Every piece of trim, all the siding is Acre. The fascia boards, the rake boards, and every single piece was cut on a CNC machine. Now, if you don't understand what I mean by that, that means we did not have to pay someone to cut every board by hand. That is absolutely incredible. And every board, if you were able to pull it off and flip it around, you'll see a part number. So we hope that this is going to be a part to go to the next coupe. Can someone please tell me I'm not clipping? I don't know why.
I've only heard it happen a couple
it's driving me nuts. Do I really talk that loud?
No
here's what I can tell you. Because of how perfect this material is, there's no knots. There's no tannins that are going to bleed through from the knots. We get into the whole efficiency part of it, and it's going to last so much longer. There's no delamination from the plywood, all right? It lays down perfectly flat. Truth be told, you ready for this one? We did not have to caulk those battens.
I was going to say, you probably
down
don't have to use so much caulk.
And caulking is extremely labor intensive, which means it's extremely expensive. So that's going to save on people that are paying us a turnkey or assembling themselves. Other thing too that we don't need to get into right now, but you are looking at, yes, those are the new windows. Those are going to be windows. Okay.
I know.
I'm trying to go along with people around here. As you can see, we have now actual windows with muttons inside the back hen house door. So we'll talk more about that on another show, and that'll be coming. But that is the new look for the back hen house doors on all of our coupes. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. But let's continue on a little bit more to the parts that, here, show some more. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that chicken coop is. Look, it's in the woods where a coop should be. Okay, I know. The roofing color kind of doesn't go with the paint color. You would not believe how much time we spent talking to the customer about this. And they're like, Matt, we don't care. We like it. It's green. I said, okay, good. Then get what you want. They go, we both are graduates from Michigan State.
Oh, okay.
And I said, oh, okay. That's cool now.
Well, they could have painted the coupe a different color.
Oh, God, I hope they're not listening right now. No, they are such great people. We had the best customer to actually experiment with.
It's beautiful. Still beautiful.
So we're going to be going there next week doing a full walk around. But go on, keep going through some pictures. I want you guys, there's the feeder ports. That's got all Acre. The inside, all Acre. No high-density polyethylene. No 3/8 siding. No solid wood pine. There's a beautiful water bar. So the point I really want to make to you guys is if you look at this and you look at an older Carolina Coupe, you wouldn't know that it's a different material. Mm-hmm. But what I can tell you is we are a lot more efficient, and it's going to last
And these are sandwiched walls.
You know,
right?
I'm going to ask Chandler that. We're going to get back to Chandler here in a second. How long should we expect this is going to last? So we're going to get back. Okay, here we go. There it is, raw, natural, right inside the deep litter, right inside the egg hutch.
Look at those dividers, too.
I think the hemp is kind of going to match it.
I think it looks so much better.
Yeah, I like it.
Totally agree. I totally agree.
I need an upgrade.
And folks, I promise you, unless Chandler says something differently, it is going to perform just like high density. But what do we want the high density to do when we really think about it? And again, I've said it for years, it's overkill. If you are worried about moisture getting to the structural part of your chicken coop, then you do not have the right size diaper for the number of chickens, okay? However, I needed to make sure we have a very tough material, which this stuff is for when it comes time to clean, and that it's not going to rot. It performs like Chandler said. It
So this is, you wouldn't have to do anything to this in the,
zero.
So if you had like plywood, you'd have to like
Oil it.
And this you do nothing.
You do nothing. You leave it natural.
Love it.
Isn't it gorgeous?
I like it.
It's stable. It doesn't expand and contract like high density. Now, if we can do a close up of the egg hutch, here's the other reason why I
What do you
love.
want me to do? Zoom in and enhance? What are you talking about?
No. You got pictures. Keep clicking. Clicking. Do we have another one? I'm getting hungry.
No.
I'm glad Chandler's smiling. Okay, here we go. So I thought we had a better picture of the egg hutch. Here's why I love the Acre inside the egg hutch. It's not slippery.
Yeah, that is nice.
I hate how slippery high density is, and it makes it so that this is going to help hold that nesting material even more.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it looks great.
I think so too.
all
I
right.
think it looks better.
All right, do some more pictures. We got some more pictures. We're going to get
don't
right back to
think so.
Chandler. Yes, you do.
I don't.
I sent you so many pictures. I'll do it.
All right.
Let's not get testy.
I know. We went through them. I labeled them.
Okay.
He just doesn't, he never trusts me. It drives me nuts.
I mean, just look how beautiful that. Oh, and also, quick memo. We are no longer selling automatic doors, right? We're done. We can give you recommendations. Here's the pull it shut. I'm sure people will be calling about that. All right. So, let's turn these off.
There you go.
So there it is, folks. There's the Carolina Coupe. Next week, we're going to be doing a walk-around video. It should come out pretty soon. We have a new social media guy starting Monday, which I'm very, very excited about, so we're going to get back on that. And if you have any questions, I promise I'm going to give some more time to the audience. I have a lot of my questions. So ask
This
away.
is your show.
Yeah, well,
I also had a picture of it in the shop as we were working on it.
Oh,
That's nice.
Look at Ingrid go.
So
There-
that's raw.
Yeah.
It's a nice.
That's
nice
the
product,
Coupe.
raw.
That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a great picture here. Okay. So can I a little behind the scenes of something that there was a big One of the things about Carolina Coupes in North Carolina, we are so procedural here. They built this coupe as if it was going to be a one coat painted coupe. As if you go back to the pictures, you'll notice it's not. Luke, who unfortunately is no longer with us, he went back through because he felt like it was his fault. I'm like, dude, you did nothing wrong. You did what we trained you to do. This is the first two-tone coupe in North Carolina shop. He had to go through and paint that coupe by hand. And it looks amazing. So anyways, there it is in its natural state. This is how, and again, same thing, not just Carolinas, the American Coupe, it's how it's going to go out. As you can see, we had Zane, the sales rep from Modern Mill. Again, here's the other thing I love about Modern Mill, and I am very adamant about customer service. I need to know these people are here. And I'm sure Chandler, when we first reached out to him, was like, oh, God, chicken coops? Who in the hell? I don't know. But he jumped on board and has been awesome. And then Zane came out up from Florida. Super nice guy, just helping make this happen. We got our first truck coming next week, the big one. Chandler, how long? Is there a warranty on this product? What should we know about the longevity?
Yeah, it's a lifetime warranty for that product. So it's going to last forever. The unfinished Acre. So the people love the look of natural Acre, and that's actually one of the questions I said on that questionnaire, right? Like, I like the natural look. Just the consideration there is, and what we always tell people is, you don't have to finish Acre. It will get dirty, right? Like anything. If you don't put a finish on it, the only time we tell people to throw a finish on it is if they want to be able to keep it looking exactly the same. And honestly, in this situation, inside the coupe, I don't think you care, right? So It is what it is. It's not going to degrade. So again, this is where we loop back, and not to harp on PVC,
Sure.
but again, all the features and benefits of PVC with the warmth and workability of wood, that's kind of like our tagline there. And like, if you wanted to throw a coat on that, you could, but that what you're talking about, right? Like that slip resistance, that wood-like feel, not this slick feel of like a polyethylene.
Yep.
That's because we sand it, right? I mean, we sand it like a piece of wood, and like, it might get a little dirty. Can you clean it? Yeah, absolutely. You could sand it again like a piece of wood, but it's not going to absorb moisture.
It's going to last forever.
So even exterior-wise, exposed to the elements, you don't have to do anything to it if you didn't want to.
You don't. It'll get, if you left like the outside of that coupe unfinished, it would get ugly over time. It would kind of start to fade out and bleach out a little bit, but that's why we made that color on the website Acre Natural. I mean, this piece, I guess it's kind of hard to see with my camera, but we have a stain that literally matches raw Acre.
Okay.
If you want to make it on the exterior look like raw Acre forever, there's an option to do that. Sherwin-Williams actually matched it for us as well. It's called Acre Natural. It's on file at 1500.
Oh, that's not fair. I want a Carolina Coop's color named by Sherwin-Williams. All right, so
they'll do it for you, man. We'll support it.
So we're coming up to 1 o'clock. We have Chandler from Modern Mill. Folks, we are talking about the next-gen coupe. We have switched to the Acre. I know talking to the sales team and other customers, there's a lot of hesitation. That's why we're doing this show. I promise you, there is a reason why we make changes, and it's many reasons. And at the beginning of the show, we talked about the big picture. It's not just because this is a green product. It's not just because it's upcycled. It's everything, and it is the future, and I absolutely love it. I have more questions, and I promise we'll get back to the questions of the audience. Okay. This is the big one. Are you guys going to come out with a 2x material that has the structural strength potential like a 2x4 does?
I mean, we'd love to. Like, I don't know how fast that would be, to be honest. Coincidentally, at IBS, we did have some internal discussions about this is what's exciting about it, right? And I think we talked about it at the beginning of the call, which is what you're looking at is really just the early iterations. It's just the beginning for us as a company. And right. And like, people come back to us, they ask about 2x material, they ask about structural. Can we do it? Absolutely. Like, so let me rephrase that. Will we be able to do it? Yes. Can we do it right now? No. And I don't know. I mean, I think realistically it'd be a little ways out for a team.
Okay. Hey, I'm a patient man, aren't I? I can't wait. Because I mean, there are.
I know.
Yeah, and then someone says, "Oh, Kristen looks bored." Are you bored?
No,
I
I'm
am
not
so.
bored.
I love talking about the materials. It'll come. And I
Okay.
tell you, lumber has its struggles because it is a natural material. It's organic, and people think every coupe that comes to them is going to look like a piece of IKEA furniture. So, okay.
Yeah, just to clarify, we are still framing with Douglas fir.
Yeah, that is a good point. Because one of the things that
This is siding.
there's going to be a contrast, and I'm curious. We haven't seen it because we finished them all. Is it gonna fade out, even out? Because we've seen that on even when you stain or oil the two different woods, like a southern yellow and a Doug fir, you can kind of see the difference at first, and then you get outside and it kind of levels off. Chandler, you mentioned that it might get a little bit sun bleached and kind of gray out or natural, but I'm curious what people are gonna say about. Oh gosh, Matt, we just oiled a coupe yesterday, and I'm not sure if there are certain oils that we could use, which I know it doesn't need it. You oil wood to protect it, but there are certain oils that will pop the grain and give it that really beautiful, rich, natural look. If someone says to us, Matt, I want to oil the coupe, and we have Acre on it along with Doug fir, is there a product that we can refer them to?
For an oil? I think Cabot makes like a water modified or an oil modified water-based timber oil or something. Again, it would have to be, the only consideration is like, you don't want to use like a dark brown oil. This is where I refer people back to the site. And I guess that then becomes a question of, could they use a stain instead of an oil?
That's what I would recommend.
We look at some of these things and we'll keep adding to the website, but for now, like, if they could achieve the same look aesthetically with a stain, we would recommend that from the approved. Otherwise, on that website, if somebody wants to submit for an approval, like, we're always happy to support. That's why Zane and our whole group is out there, is to basically facilitate that. But that's where, generally speaking, right, like we want to defer people back to the website, which is, if it's not something you see on the website and it's not an LRV above 55, reach out, right, and we'll answer that question.
I have
Awesome.
a question.
Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead, ask your question. I definitely want to get to the customer or the viewers.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, thank you.
What a week! I asked Ingrid to come in one extra day, and geesh.
I'll stop it. And I came on time.
Yes, ma'am, you sure did.
So, if you have the coupe and the framing is Douglas fir and the rest of the coupe is Acre, can you use the same? And you have to use a special paint or stain for Acre. Can that same paint or stain be used on the Douglas fir parts?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, every one of these coatings is wood coatings. I mean, it's
Okay.
wood stains. The only difference is that, again, not to get into the weeds,
Right.
the color pigments, right? Like if you ever gone to the paint store and you see they have that big wheel with all the things, they squeeze the color out and they put it in the gallon, they mix it up. The difference is now is that some of these companies, Sherwin-Williams included with their Super Deck line, are using infrared reflective pigments, right? But it's still the same. Sherwin-Williams Super Deck is still it's deck stain, right? We just use it on Acre.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So we have this
Yeah,
question
bring 'em.
from
All right.
Ben.
Is it entirely produced in the U.S.? I'm assuming the
Oh, I
rice
love this question.
isn't grown here. I think we talked about this, but I don't remember the answer.
I love this question because I have a story. I'm not kidding, that like a customer in the Northeast, a lumber dealer, our distributor rep went in with a sample and said, "Hey, this is the next generation composite building material. It's made of rice husks." And the guy threw it away and said, "I'm not importing another product from China or from Asia." And the guy's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Where are you getting the rice?" Well, lo and behold, here's a little known fact about rice in the U.S. is that the U.S. exports in excess of 20 billion pounds of rice a year, and that we grow it in Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, some in Texas, and even in California.
Wow.
So
Okay.
no, it is not imported. The rice is from here. This is U.S. grown rice. And rice husk.
Nan, have you ever
20
had
billion
U.S.
pounds.
rice? So I thought that was the answer, and that is absolutely
interesting.
awesome. So
Yeah.
great question, Ben.
People were saying that they wish their whole coupe.
I know.
was
So
made out
as
of it.
soon as I started talking about customers, like we started sending out the windows, a customer in Texas, like, geez, I wish the whole coupe was made out of.
Hey, I got my
Acre.
coupe in 2017. I wish a lot.
I
of
know.
things,
Again,
but-
I'm sure a lot of people are grateful that their first car they owned when they're kids listening right now was not the Model TA. I mean, this is the beauty of business. This is there's incentives to do better.
And we're evolving.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's what I just love about business and figuring out and having to make a decision that was not easy, but I feel so good about it. Is it easy to clean?
It is easy to clean. So again, I guess that sort of comes back to what I was talking about. It's easier to clean if you apply a finish, right? So because the Acre, because of the natural fiber in there, when we sand the boards, we sort of open on the surface the rice husk that absorbs that stain. It obviously has to accept something, right? It's very minimal. It's very, very thin. Like when we tell people when they're finishing Acre, we always say less is more, because it does not absorb stain, and it doesn't absorb some of those oils like solvent-based products. Like those are meant to soak into wood, right? Whereas most of the water-based paints and stains now will sit on the surface. So if you have raw Acre, yes, you can still clean it. If it does get stained, I guess the question would be, what did it stain with, right? If it's like ketchup or something, you probably have to use a more aggressive cleaner. The other thing that you can do, honestly, is you can just take some sandpaper to it, because you can just lightly re-sand it to freshen
Just
it
like
up.
wood.
But the easiest to clean is going to be if it has a finish applied.
I can tell you, we did some sanding yesterday, and it actually sanded beautifully. You know, I was
amazing,
so impressed. I love this question. I've been wondering this, and I keep forgetting
This
to
one?
ask. Yeah, go ahead and bring that in. What a great question. Why the name Acre?
Is it an acronym?
Yeah, no, it's not an acronym. So that actually, it's so funny. Like I was the first person they hired in 2019 on the non-manufacturing side, and was lucky enough to be involved in the whole naming process. We had a couple names that we sent out there, and we landed on Acre as inspired by mitigating acres of deforestation. I mean, there's some. So for us, like you talk about Doug fir and you talk about pine, like for 2x4s, like we're really not the intention for us was not to mitigate deforestation and replace fir. And although some of the pine, we have been replacing some pine and prime pine and whatnot.
Yeah.
For us, it's more about like the ipes and some of the tropical woods. Like the ipe, there's some statistics out there that like for every ipe tree, there's like 1,000 trees of collateral damage and whatnot, and redirected water sources. So that for us, acre is just acres of deforestation being mitigated by the manufacturer of the product.
Love it.
There was
Great question.
Another, I was thinking about this too. Joel says acre sounds like it would be good product for raised garden beds.
100%.
So you could use that.
I don't see why not. Yeah, especially because one of the things about raised garden beds, a lot of people worried about, okay, I'm going to use pressure treated lumber because you don't want it to rot, but you got the potential toxins leaching into the vegetables. And I was always told it's okay as long as you don't plant root vegetables near the pressure treated lumber. No? Okay, well, we don't want to get into all that.
It depends, and it depends on how old the lumber is and things like that. But from, like, I'm a gardener, and we had beds that were cedar. They weren't real thick. And then we were wood chipping, and then, of course, that rotted the cedar because the wood chips would just kind of cover the beds more and more. And now we have started replacing with metal beds. But I was wondering, that makes me wonder how it would handle up with the moisture of the wood chips and things around it just coming up against it. But it sounds like it would be really good.
Okay, so real quick. So again, Chandler, thank you so much for your time. A couple more minutes, if you don't mind. Slow down.
Yeah, of course.
I would love to get through some more questions, but hold on. Benjamin says, at California Chins, don't be switching accounts and double guessing. Interesting. We have some people out there cheating for a T-shirt,
No,
potentially.
he's not.
Potentially. I don't know. What's he saying
He said,
here?
and then he said later, just a joke.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Mike.
okay.
That's Mike Trap. Is California Chins. Is
Okay.
Mike Trap.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So
Mike's got a whole closet full of Carolina Coups T-shirts.
Yeah.
I was like, man. Okay. So,
Oh, can you pressure wash it?
I mean, sort of like wood, right? If you put on like the narrow tip and go right at it, you'll definitely dent it. But here's an interesting fact about Acre. Because of the resin component to it, and because we are so without getting into too deep into the weeds of how we extrude it, it is what we call foamed extrusion. Meaning so the mill it's actually a pretty fascinating process, and this might shed some light on it, might be interesting for people, is that we take rice husks in by the truckload, we grind them up, we blend them with the PVC resin and those other stabilizers that we talked about, and we have what we call like a dry blend, which is like pancake mix before the milk and the eggs. And then it gets transferred over to the extruders, which I say we go from being bakers to candy makers. And at that point, we heat it up and it comes out almost like candy or pasta. And we introduce a blowing agent that expands it. And that's why it's kind of lighter, and it has it helps stabilize it. It reduces costs and whatnot. Because of that, if you dent it or if you ding it like with a hammer, or if you were to damage it while working on it within reason, you can actually take a heat gun to a dent or a ding and it'll flatten back out.
just like wood. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of times people think you got to sand the wood down when you got a dent. No, you take a damp cloth, put an iron over it because the grain's still there. It's just compress, bring it back up. Yeah. And you can actually water seal gasket wood, kind of that technique. We should do that on a show one day. I didn't realize that was a possibility. Something I don't know if I asked you the last time we talked. I think we did, but we definitely, hopefully the answer is going to be yes, because I would love to do it. Can we come visit the plant and actually see that process?
Absolutely.
Oh, that would be
Anytime.
awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Fisher Matt Ryan asks, can Acre be glued like wood? Very interesting question.
It can be glued, but not like wood.
Right.
Yeah, you want to use epoxies, PVC glues. So there is actually Tight Bond, maker of all the wood glue that everybody loves. Wood glue is the only thing that we don't really work, because wood glue goes in and raises the fibers and creates that bond. It does not work with Acre. However, Tight Bond makes a quick set, clear PVC adhesive that'll set up in like 30 seconds. And then they also make a PVC adhesive and sealant that comes in a caulking tube that is also paintable within like an hour or something. But yeah, you could use like red hot, white hot. You could use your 2-part PVC adhesive that a plumber might use, like the OD or whatnot. But and then you can use like an epoxy or urethane adhesive as well.
Awesome. Because, here's the thing about this next gen coupe is, and this is what I loved when Zane came out, we treated it a lot like a normal construction with fasteners, and it did beautifully. Like I was so impressed with no it was no blowout or anti-blowout, things like that. But we are very used to doing a lot of gluing, and we didn't do any glues. We felt we didn't have to, which again, if that brings down labor, it's going to keep the price down. But we have been wanting to experiment, and Zane, I think, was telling us how there was a glue, and maybe it's what you're describing, where it bonded almost instantly. Yeah. And I think it's kind of on the pricey side. I don't think we have to do it, but I just thought, man, imagine if we can send these kits out and we don't have to have fasteners, but they're cut so perfectly that you put your puzzle piece on, you put a bead of glue, and then stick it, 30 seconds, boom, it's done. Right? That way you're not going through, and we had the wood fill and all those holes where we did use the fastener. So I'm hoping we're going to experiment with that. Don asked, do you use special screws, and do you have to pre-drill for the screws? So this sounds more like a Coop question, or do you have to, okay, so Chandler, is there any type of fastener, special fasteners you can only use with Acre?
So yeah, great question. And sort of to pile on what you were just talking about, your process, I heard wood filling and filling holes. So we worked with Fasten Master, the screw manufacturer, and we have screw plug kits called their Cortex fastening system. Mm-hmm. So they come in a, you know what? Give me a second. I'll just grab them.
Yeah, so we're thinking about doing that. So just so you guys know, in the next gen coupe, if you've never put our coupe together, you're not going to understand this, but yep, there it is. So we're thinking about using that because they're recommending it, where instead of going around wood filling, it's like what I would call a trim screw. It's just a very small head, like a finishing nail. You drive it in, has a little Torx bit, which is sweet, so there's no rounding out, and you pop in the plug, just like you would with Trex decking. If
right, so
I understand. Yep.
So yeah, they come in a strip, right? And they're actually oriented with the grain aligned. So and it comes with a special bit, right? And so, for anybody that's used to working with a PVC material, they would be used to this, or the Trex decking or the composite decking. Yep. But it comes with a screw bit right with the kit that has a bushing. Oh no, I'm trying to get this in front of me. There you go. So that's for the depth set, right? So you set the screw, it goes in the depth that you want, which is actually the exact thickness you want for this plug, right? And then you just take a rubber mallet, tap it in, and we have people that pre-finish them when they're still in the strip if they did stain, or you could pre-paint it or whatnot, and then, or if you're just gonna leave it natural. So in general, right, just to get back to Don's question, in general, if you go to our website and you look at the general installation practices, we want 8D nails or screws, or recommend the Cortex fasteners. And the idea there is, again, is the more robust and thicker the fastener, the more it's going to reduce the expansion and contraction from the resin-based material. And the thought process there is, if you can bend a nail with your fingers, then it's not going to really restrict movement. So, but wood screws, number 8.
Yeah, so here is, if we go with that, it'd be a pain in the butt. But another thing that people, they don't want to hammer on anything, especially if they make a mistake, they got to pull it off. So we're going to screwing everything. And something that comes up more and more, especially as we got so many coupes out there that have been sitting around people's backyards, they want to move. And they want to take their coupe with them. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, now with the screwing, you can really disassemble everything without having to pull it apart and break it. Tim asked, Ingrid, did you ever get a new roof for your coupe? We'll do it.
No, I did not.
Okay, and all right, so just going through all the questions, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And if you haven't already, we're going to continue on. I got YouTube Chicken Police coming up. I got some stuff to get off my chest. But if you have any other quick questions for Acre, I'm not saying I will get it in, but if it's a really good one, I will. Chandler, if you got a couple more minutes, we're going to continue on.
How often would you have to repaint or restain it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, we try to answer that in general. Like, the expectation is we set with people is like, it's going to last 3 to 5 times as long as it would on wood. Mm-hmm. It's going to come down to color fade more than anything on a finish, because if you think about it, we don't absorb moisture. Most coatings failures are moisture related. So it's more a matter of like, how often do you repaint your car kind of question. And the reference I generally use for people is, if people put up PVC in the Northeast and they painted it, how often have they painted it? And in general, the response is 0 times.
Okay. Simon asks, does a lot of U.S. rice still test positive for arsenic?
I think all rice tests positive for arsenic, doesn't it? I mean, isn't that naturally occurring in rice?
Like in an apple seed?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. There's arsenic in rice?
There's arsenic in the soil. I mean, it's a naturally occurring mineral.
All right. So, I mean, this is, again, the
But
questions we get where it's like, God, I would never think of it.
It's not relevant
good
here
question.
because we're not eating it.
Well,
Is it?
no,
Right?
it could be relevant because of right. Good point. But I don't know. Chandler, help us out.
So I have no
buddy.
idea. I mean, I have no idea, and I guess I don't know, and I don't know if that pertains to the rice husk or just rice grains. I'm not sure. That's a first for me. So good question.
Yeah,
I mean,
great
I'm not
question.
even
Someone
sure.
find out.
Yeah.
Someone find out. But you're right. As
Yeah.
long as you're not eating it, it kind of reminds me of asbestos. I know asbestos is fine until you disturb and you start breathing it in. Diatomaceous earth is fine until you start breathing it in. You know, a cigarette's fine on the table until you start smoking it. You know, I mean, all right. So no, that is a good question. I see a lot of Coop questions. So I'm gonna get back to those. And how do I buy Acre boards? That's a legit question. And someone else said that they saw that it is for sale at Menards, I think is how they call it out in the Midwest. I would like to think you can. It can only be special people like Carolina Coups. But I know that's probably not the case. I know we have to go through a large broker in order large quantities. But is this something that is available at stores for people maybe building their own coops, any DIY projects?
Yeah, I mean, there's a where to buy page on the website where you can find out which products are available where, depending on what the region is. There are some pro dealer lumber yards, and then obviously we work with wholesale distributors in each region of the U.S. But if you go to modern-mill.com/ I think if you pull up the website, there's a where to buy tab right there that's easy to get to, and you type in your zip code, put in a radius, and it should bring up some.
Perfect.
And if you don't see something you like, then there's a contact button there.
So there is an interesting question for Fishing Matt Ryan. Can you pocket hole it? We never tested pocket holing it. I can't see why you wouldn't. I'm curious what the strength would be, but have you guys ever done any pocket hole testing?
Yeah, and it's super strong, right? So again, just speaking to like the exterior trim industry up here, we have people prefabbing in mill shops that prefab window surrounds and door surrounds, and they're pocket screwing with the Craig kit there. So my only recommendation would be at that point is to use the coarse thread. Coarse thread.
Yep.
And so that's actually used to be something we did very early on when we were going out and doing demos. Is we would take a pocket screwed corner and we would just show people how strong it is, right? Because it's just, you can really crank on it because we do have better screw retention than some of the competitive materials.
No kidding. I'm going to try that. That's one thing. I can't believe we didn't test. And it's only because we would never pocket hole 3/4 material. It'd be 1.5.
Because we pocket hole our framing.
Yes.
You do?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just want to use obviously an 1.25 inch screw on that.
So that would be
He's good. He knows his pocket hole screw.
So
charts.
Only because I sent some screws through the boards.
Chopper Doll asks, if you rip it, will it break the bond in the middle? I'm not understanding that exact question because God knows we've cut a lot of it. And again, we're so happy with how it machines, if you will. Cuts, rips, just stable. So I'm not sure what he means.
I think maybe he's talking about like, so if we were to cut it, if we were to rip it this way, I'm assuming.
Well, that would be resawing. Oh, resawing. Okay. That's what we would call resawing if you're going to open it up and book match it. We did do that, and you don't have that sanded finish that you guys put on it, which may or may not matter in some applications. We wanted to have that consistent outside face. What we were worried about is this cut edge is very different than here. And again, Zane was out here. We talked a lot about it. And what I was worried about in the painting side was that going to be really noticeable, and it wasn't. It definitely takes in the paint. It just obviously is a little bit more porous, but there was consistency there without any issues. What Zane said is run it all through the sander. I'm like, okay, that's a good solution, but I don't want to increase labor. But I think that's what he means is resawing it. So, all right. Well, listen, I hope we accomplished what I set out today, and that is to really have this wonderful video that Ingrid's going to do a great job so that if people have any questions about Acre, you heard it here. You heard it from the man that was there in the beginning, and it's almost too good to be true. I get it. But Chandler, I can't thank you enough for being here, being in our corner. I'm so excited that we finally got to make a deal. We're going to become, hopefully, obviously one of your longtime customers. And I look forward to maybe doing another show in a couple of years, maybe something new coming out.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. You guys reminded me. I forgotten about it, but with the incubator, my mother used to incubate chickens in her nursery school. Like she was a nursery school teacher, school owner, and she used to do it with a lamp and a cardboard box and like little wood shavings or whatever. And there's always chickens every spring, and the kids always loved it. But do I get to choose a chicken for the competition?
Yes.
Do I get to name one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I was a dorking chicken. Can I choose that one?
That was an accident. That was an accident ring. That was the golden bell. I was reaching for a pen, a dorking. Okay, we're going to put you down for a dorking. That's an interesting one. I appreciate that.
I just like the name.
Yes, that is. What are you, a dorking chicken? Chandler, thank you so much. And hopefully we'll be out and take a tour of the plant. Maybe you'll be there, maybe you're not, but hopefully we can do that soon.
Absolutely. Love to have you guys.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, so that was cool, right?
Yes.
Are you bored?
No, I'm not bored.
What did we learn?
Those colors are pretty. No, it does make you think, hey, I want to use this in my house. Or, I want to use this in my next project, so I can see why people are asking where do you get it.
I think it looks great inside the hen house.
It really
does.
It really does. And, like what he said in the beginning, you have you work it like wood, but you have the benefits of plastic. Ultimately, that's what we want when you're making things in the exterior. And then again, for it to be more sustainable, green, made here in the United States, brings the labor down. It's just been an incredible product. And I know, especially, talking to Mackenzie, she said there's been a lot of customers that are just very reluctant. So I said, give me the name and number. I would love to talk to them because I want to hear what their reluctance is. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to convince them. Mm-hmm. I want to hear why they have those questions because I guess, I want to make sure that we're presenting the information to address those concerns and then they can make their decision from there.
And when you see the pictures on their website of where they're using this and how beautiful those properties look with the product.
Our favorite was when we had a builder down from Connecticut. He comes walking in to, he wanted to see the shop and and he's, getting a custom chicken coop. He saw the Acre. He goes, oh, we use that stuff. And he couldn't believe that we had it. Hell yeah, we do. All right, let's get to, I don't know if you got YouTube Chicken Police.
Okay. Let me wake up now.
You won a skeptic over. Okay. Oh, John Arthur was one, I think, last show. Had some very interesting questions. You can tell they're kind of like, I don't want to believe you. But, John, thank you for that. Let me know what made you flip because those are the things I need to know. I got to get the message out there because this is way too expensive, way too much time consuming for this change. The domino effect is insane. Thank God Eric, our CNC designer, has already got so many of the programs done. So, once that Acre is in, we're going to start flipping the switch. There is a comment that came in that has just got me. There it is. YouTube Chicken Police. We haven't done YouTube Chicken Police in how long? Way too long. Here's where, here's where we should be able to flip our shirts. We come back. Oh, I thought we had a Chicken Police backdrop. I can't do it without the YouTube Chicken Police backdrop. We're going to share the screen anyways. Go right to the YouTube channel, please. The YouTube studio, not the channel. Someone made a comment, which textbook. Here we go, right here. Share the screen. Here is, you're going to see a little bit behind the scenes of the YouTube studio that we use a lot to manage our YouTube channel. And again, thank you so much for the 99.9% of the positive people. Just like Matt, thank you so much. What a great explanation. What beautiful coops. I hate that they don't get enough credit because honestly, thank you. Those comments, when I'm reading these at the end of the day, keep me going. Yeah. The positive ones. But
I had some positive on my list.
Oh yeah. So Ingrid, you got some. So go ahead, fire away with some of the.
Well, I think the one you're talking about is from Prince Anju Gruel, that said about the roost bars, not good. You should not use rope on a roost bar. Be natural, buddy. Make proper wood roost bar for healthy chickens.
Okay, that's exactly it.
I know.
Come on. Can I find it for me, please?
All right. I'm going to go back to you guys.
I'm going to let you. Well, no, what's wrong? No, because
I'm going to go back to you and I'm going to find it.
Why do you do that? Because I think, okay.
Because it's distracting. It's not good video.
Fine. All right, so here's what the person's saying. Okay, so here's a rope wrap roost bar, which we've talked about a lot. Love that we're selling these, and we have flipped. We have said every chicken coop, when we switch to Acre, every chicken coop is going to come with a rope wrap roost bar. And I've said for years, I don't want to sell a customer something they don't need. And rope wrap roost bars, I never thought of something that they need. It was more of a luxury, right? But after, just having them out there, listening to customers, talking to veterinarians that are experts in poultry, they said, actually, it is a need because it helps eliminate the pressure points, right? Those bed sores, if you will, on their feet. And here is why that comment, please bring it up because I want to get it.
It was very hard for me to find this morning.
Can you toss me that sheet then? Because
you can fold it into a paper airplane.
it's these kind of things that people say that just drive me nuts. Oh boy. Hold on. So where is it? As a woodworker, that's just badass. I think you would have added one more blah blah blah. Where is it?
It's the second comment on there.
Okay. Not good. Okay, not good. Really? So already you're just saying not good. Really? You should not use rope on a roost bar. Okay? And if you don't understand, the roost bar is the tree branch. This is where the chickens are going to sleep at night. Should not use rope on a roost bar. Be natural, buddy. You're telling me a piece of wood.
I think it was okay until he said buddy.
You're telling me a piece of wood that has been machined, dried, is natural. Be more natural, okay?
Maybe he's talking about getting a tree branch.
Okay,
from the
so
woods.
you're going to tell me, all right, so here's what we should do. Go out and get a tree branch. Okay, fine. Yeah, we're going to have tree branches in every single chick coop. If a customer says, Matt, give me some tree branches, we'll do it. Do you understand what happens when you go out and you cut out tree branches? You flip out on me when I'm cutting a sapling for roasted marshmallows or whatever, but deforestation or whatnot. You go out and you cut these branches, you are potentially introducing pests like you have no idea. All right? You got to bake it. You got to strip the bark away. You're telling me that's going to be more natural? Make proper roost bars. So he's saying be more natural, buddy. And he's saying it's going to be more natural to make proper wood roost bars for healthy chickens. So I think that's what they're saying. He's saying this is more natural. What the hell is natural about this? It's
look,
not
he said
natural.
Something about your mother too.
That doesn't bother me for some reason. It doesn't. Say something about my family. That makes my mother's my family. I don't know. Anyways, you guys know what I'm saying. Give me a break. So if this person's watching, call in. We do have an extension. Call and explain to me how this is more natural. Folks, this is a man-made synthetic way of copying nature. All right? This isn't a tremendous amount of work to make sure your chickens don't have sores, those pressure sores on their feet that lead to bumblefoot. Right?
Yes.
Come on now.
There's another one that said something about the gravity fed.
I don't think I slept that night. I don't
know what year.
Oh,
I think it was the buddy.
No, I don't. No, they don't bother me.
I'm gonna start calling you buddy.
No, please don't. That's not that bothers me. He's saying that be more natural.
Well,
that's exactly what we're doing without having to go cut down tree branches, have to cook them, bake them, take the bark off, make sure. Oh my God, come on.
How about this comment?
Yes. What do we got?
Right,
Share the screen. Share the screen.
All right.
Thank you, Ingrid. I love it.
The second one.
Electric for water feed. LOL. How do you feel about LOL? Go ahead. You can say it.
I don't like it.
No, thank you. Why? What part of
I don't know.
There is a thing
I think it's
called
overused.
There is a thing called gravity. Now, all in capital letters with an exclamation point. Are they yelling? Can I take that as?
Well, that's all caps and an exclamation mark.
All right, read the comment.
Isn't that what I said? Okay, we're getting. You gotta take a break.
1,000 watt heater. LOL.
Slow down. 1,000 watt heater. LOL.
Gravity also solves that, as only top of the water freezes. What you gonna do? Put heaters in the cups as well? A video just to flex you have more money than you need. Buddy.
Fat pump palm lava 2. Fat pump palm lava 2. Please respond to this person. Say, come on the show. Come on the show. I would love to have a conversation with this person. These are the people that Thank you for watching the video.
Is-
Thank you for
are
your
these-
time.
are
But give
these-
me a break. Are you serious right now?
So they're saying that just gravity is not going to freeze the water. That's the top is going to freeze.
This is
and
what
we don't use cups, so I don't really understand.
this is what freaks me out about today.
Is this a combination of all of the comments? In
No,
this
that
video?
was
Or
for-
is this all for one.
That was for the.
That was one person.
That was
Fat Pump.
for the.
Come on,
this
Fat
coupe.
Pump.
For the Michigan Coupe.
So
That
they
was-
are the comments are all mixed up.
Oh yeah, between the different videos.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
you
yeah,
can
that-
see. Yeah, you can see on the side there whatever the video on the
PJs and
side.
flip flops. What the hell? All right, listen. So listen.
What,
One,
you're not wearing PJs and flip flops in that.
I guess not. All right. They are so dead wrong. We need. Do we even take the time to reply to that?
I
Well, you
haven't
just
yet.
invited them on the show.
Please,
The
come
thing
on.
is, my experience with these negative comments is they don't engage. They just leave a comment and then you never.
And they run.
Are they?
Yeah,
is that called
because-
gaslighting?
No.
No, it's just they that's their
Keyboard
little-
warrior.
Yeah, that's more
They're
of that
tough
stuff.
behind that keyboard.
And they leave the comment, and then when I'll respond to it or challenge it, they don't respond.
Mr. BSBNetT708. As a woodworker and builder, that's just badass. I think I would have added one more door from the storage to the coupe so you don't have to walk all the way around. Love the design and draws. Awesome. Yeah, again, I want to spend more time for the people that are positive, especially when they're builders. Builders and vets, those are probably the two people that when I get compliments from them, it just means the world. Asheville Coupe. Which one?
The I don't want to name.
When money is no limit, you can do anything you dream with a chicken coop. Is that supposed to be bad or good? I mean, that's a true statement, right?
Right.
Wonder what effects this will have on pollinators, aviary.
Yeah, I already responded to that one.
Ooh, hold on. Can you? I would love to see the response. Poor Ingrid. She's like, I don't think I'm the person who should respond to this. Do you have a couple drinks? No, you probably shouldn't have a couple drinks before you get
No,
responded.
sometimes I get very. I have to step back and I have to put my marketing voice on instead of my Ingrid voice.
Yes, thank you. Bring your mic up so I can hear your voice.
I think I just responded. First of all, I don't really understand why he thinks that the netting would keep pollinators out anyway.
If anything, it would actually promote pollinators because it's protecting from birds eating them.
Exactly. I know people sometimes they just have to say what they're thinking.
Oh, this ought to be good. Ladder versus ramp. Now, folks, I have not read this yet. I hope I haven't lost you. What's going on? Okay, hold on. I'm going to announce it soon. If you haven't already guessed, first person to get it right, what type of chickens are we going to hatch in the incubator? If you didn't see them, medium size, creamy colored. Okay. And actually, Ingrid, if you want to go ahead and... Oh, no one knows the answer. Mackenzie does.
You haven't seen the answer?
You guys don't know the answer. I was going to say, if you can go through and see if anyone has the right answer. But I want to give people a chance. Matt, you are the man in the ring. The keyboard warriors have no idea what it's even like to be in. She's so right. You have no idea, people, what it's like. But we have the balls to go in there and put it out on the line, admit when we're wrong, sacrifice, fall on the sword so others don't. Francine, anything you want. You just call Ingrid.com. Thank you. But that's it. That's what I mean. The sacrifice we go through here, and that's the beauty of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, you're right. I'm surprised you didn't say it was Chandler.com with this product. I almost mentioned that, but
gosh, people just have no idea. So yeah, I'm sure Francine's got a shirt or two, but whatever she wants. Ingrid.com.
Francine, it's Ingrid at Carolina.
So,
Coupe.
anyways, okay. That was
the
good.
ladder versus ramp? That was a good one.
Sorry.
I know you got all emotional.
No, I am not emotional.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to clean. Yeah, right. You don't have to clean your ramp ladder. What? Oh, really? No, you don't.
What,
Do you?
finish
I'm getting there. Do you have to clean your ladder or ramp? Do you have to clean it?
No, I've scraped off poop on the ladder.
That's cleaning it.
Well, it's just a scrape. I'm not like hosing it down.
That's a form of cleaning.
I haven't. Do I need to do that?
What?
I wish someone would have told me.
What capital letters?
If only I knew.
Hold on. Is that proper? Question mark, exclamation point, or do you put the exclamation point first and then the question mark? which is right. I also read that you don't have to tap twice on the keyboard anymore. That was a typewriter error. Is that true? When you're typing, you do a space?
Yeah, that's
old school.
Yeah, that's how you can tell somebody's old.
Everything inside your
Like
coop.
me.
Oh my gosh! Everything inside your coop run must be cleaned regularly. I think the ramp is safer for chickens, and that is the #1 priority.
Sometimes a sterile environment isn't good.
No.
Yeah.
And there are so many people. I see it on TikTok. I see the chicken. I'm a chicken influencer. I saw one the other day. I'm thinking, please stop sending this message to people that they think they got to go clean this run every single day.
I've never cleaned my run.
It is the worst thing to do.
No.
She's like, okay, put in sand, mix the diatomaceous earth. Now look how easy it is to come in and clean with this shovel mesh device every day. Are you kidding me? Those chickens are going to be miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kristen's right. I mean, the sterile chickens aren't supposed to be in a sterile environment.
Right.
They're not lab
They're
chickens.
meant to go into the crappy environment, to be quite honest with you, and how part of that breaking down, how part of that cycle. Oh, so
I even tell people when they're cleaning out their deep litter, don't clean it out all the way. Leave a little in there.
Yeah.
You don't have to wipe it down. It's better if you don't.
Oh, God. Cupola. I don't know what video this is. Catalina Sacarcino
You made
commented.
a cupola out of cedar.
Chickens have really sensitive respiratory systems, and cedar is one of the worst things for them. Listen.
Cedar shavings, maybe.
Thank you, because those cedar shavings are very aromatic,
But
not cedar framing. It's aromatic when you're first sawing it, first drying it, first working it, but then it stops. It's the cedar shavings that you don't want to use inside a chicken coop. All right, does anyone have it? Are we ready to?
Right. I don't.
Are we ready? Are we ready? I want to give a winner. Let's see. I think I did see someone. They didn't spell it right, so I'm in the back of my mind as I'm ranting about YouTube Chicken Police. I'm asking myself, do they get the credit for not spelling it right?
I think so. Okay, so this is when we started guessing.
All right. Do you have? I want you to guess. Do you know? Were you told?
No.
I kept it a secret from you. That was
I'm
hard.
gonna guess a blue laced red wine dot.
You got a buzzer? Hold on, buzzer. Where's a buzzer?
No.
I was gonna say Jubilee Orpington. Still no. That's so long. Why
That's
so-
no.
Orpington.
All right, so just for fun, it is a breed that you would not think I would ever get, but it's not Silkies.
Dorking.
No.
Naked Neck.
No. I am very, very excited about this breed. I've been wanting this breed. I've never had this breed before.
Samani.
Winner.
Oh, somebody did guess that.
Yes, they did. Anime Samani. Am I saying it right? I just
No,
say Samani.
but I don't know how to say it.
Anam
I thought it was
Samani.
I am.
I am Anam.
That's-
ANEM. Anam Samani.
AYAM.
I am Samani.
Yeah.
Yes. What is the I am
You got
Samani?
13
Hell
black chickens?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, they won't all hatch, most likely.
No, brand new incubator. We are getting better.
Half
They're
of those
fresh.
are going to be male.
That's not true. We'll wait until they identify.
I actually, when I did see that comment, I thought about that because of the egg being kind of whitish versus it being like Orpington is more tan.
So
I gotta find the comment.
I'm not sure who got it
Yeah.
first, but someone did say because he got 13 of them.
He thought they were too expensive, right?
I don't know what I paid for them.
No,
they
but
weren't
that's what
cheap,
that was
but-
the comment. It was
Yeah,
that they were.
I thought that was funny. So I am Samani, all black, except for the eggs. Black bones, black feathers, black wattles, black eyes, black skin. Right? Black everything. I've never had them.
I don't know that their bones are black.
I was told they're black.
I
They
know
better
there's
be.
some false information out there.
Like
that
they lay
their-
black eggs.
Right, yeah, they always
Yeah,
show that
that
thing with
they're-
the black eggs.
Their meat is black and their bones are black. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, so someone did say, but they didn't spell it right. But I'll tell you what.
That might be a type, like an autocorrect.
She said Adam Samani.
Yeah, but I think that's probably an autocorrect.
Okay, that's fair. Do we give it to that person
I
if
think
that was
so.
the first one?
Yes.
All right, if that was the first person right there, it was.
Was it here?
Oh, it was one of those pictures.
Cooper's World?
No, like JoJo, but it was a picture like that. But I want to say it began with an A.
Now, I do have duck eggs for you today. I got 2 duck eggs.
Are they fertile?
No.
Can I eat them?
Oh, actually, they probably are. But you say you love duck eggs.
I do.
So
I do.
I did.
Look how pointed this one is. This is
And
like
look,
this is like cone heads.
Where'd you get the duck eggs, Kristen?
my neighbor.
Oh.
And we forgot to put these in the incubator.
What the hell?
What is that? An
ostrich
emu?
egg.
No.
Hold on, there's a hole in it.
Yeah, they blew it out.
Oh,
That's an emu egg.
And an emu egg.
Yeah.
Aren't those cool?
Nan, if you are listening.
There's always this.
Hold on. True story. I kid you not. If you guys don't know who Ethan is, he's one of our road crew guys. Big boy, funny, so much fun to be around. And so you just kind of try to picture his character. He comes running through the back of the shop yelling, emu, emu. We're like, what? He goes, there's an emu outside.
Is it? Was it really?
Hold on. So we're like, no, Ethan. I mean, what'd you just eat? You know, he goes, no, for real. Nan goes, yeah, someone just posted that they lost their emus. So hold on. This is an emu egg?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is nuts. Nan, we're getting an emu. Hold on.
I can't find this comment. I know it's here.
It is here. We'll find it. If you're still watching and you said Adam Samani because there's 13, if you're the first person, we'll go back through it and figure it out.
Person I didn't see.
I think so too, but I could have very well missed. I was just loving that conversation about Acre. Hold on. So where did you get these, or can you not answer?
Yeah, Stefan.
Okay, perfect. So where did he find them?
It was just in a old box, and I was like, "Hey, let me take those to work."
Oh my gosh, these are incredible. You know, it's amazing when you light these up, how beautiful the shell. They look like planets in the dark room. I don't know if anyone's ever done it. If you haven't, it is spectacular. And this is an ostrich egg.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you ever eaten an ostrich egg?
No,
I
haven't.
want
Have
to.
you?
No, I want to so badly. So let's do
Yeah,
that.
I forgot I brought them, so but these would have been nice when we were setting the eggs in the incubator to try to put those in there.
I've heard of ostrich omelets, and I've never heard of emu omelets. But I mean, it's a bird egg, right? You just eat it just like normal.
Yeah, so that is.
This is amazing, and dude, look at the pattern. Hold on, I know this is a chicken show, but listen, the color of this is almost like a dark
They've
green.
got texture to them.
The
like this one
texture.
has like little holes all over it.
Oh my god, I want to put a flashlight on this. I bet you this is incredible lit up. The texture on this is nuts. Now I don't see any holes. Why is it so light?
It was probably a pinhole.
Nope.
Or did they crack it and glue it back together?
Dude, look at that. They cracked it. You see the line?
Uh-huh.
You see where they glued it back?
I felt a little tackiness. Don't break it.
I wasn't going to break it. All right. Anyways, I saw a lot of positive feedback, guys. Thank you so much. I hope that was helpful. All I can tell you again, this is just one of those moments in time that a new product has come out. There's many reasons why we want to switch to it.
There you go. It's Nadine Foster.
Yes,
Nadine
I knew it was. Yeah, she's got a
Foster.
great picture. Nadine, congratulations. Hopefully you're still watching. I am Samani.
She
right?
said, I want to say I am Samani, but since you have 13 and they're so expensive, I want ducks. I'm going to go with Duclays.
Technicality.
Okay. What do we?
But it is the closest.
No, she didn't answer it.
She said she mentioned it, but she ended up going with Duclays.
Final answer. Duclays? What the heck?
Those are the little bantams.
All right, so shoot, Nadine. I don't think that counts. Did anyone else answer I am Samani? Shoot. Because if no one did, I was going to keep it going. Oh, dang it. See, that's what I get for not reading. I don't read.
But she is the closest. I think we should.
Will you? This is like the meeting we had before the show. You have to put lines in the sand, okay?
So then nobody got it?
It's just, Kristen's like, here.
I'm just nice.
You are one of the nicest people I've ever met.
I like people to be successful.
Your heart is too big sometimes. No, okay. So you're saying, no, she went with a final answer.
All right. I'm just going to take my giant eggs and...
Are you going to be bitter about this the rest of the day?
No. I got other stuff to do.
Matt, relax, please. About what?
That was when you were fired up about chicken police.
I am so relaxed.
Okay. Well, I guess
I've
nobody
never
said
seen
I
you
am
relaxed.
Samani except for that person mentioning
Oh, someone
it.
wanted to see our T-shirts. Here, mine again says, yes, I really do need all of these chickens. And Matt's is
The
an
Carolina
outline
Coupe.
of the state of North Carolina with some chickens in the middle.
Oh, are we going to continue selling Healthy Straw? Wonderful product. I don't know if we had the space for it. It is, I don't know. I love it. I would love to keep selling it. I don't know if we got the space for it.
We can talk about it at lunch.
Yeah. I am Samani. AYAM Samani. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mackenzie was there when we bought them. The
you go to
driveway was
Dragonfly?
like close. Driveway was like 15 miles long. We're like, and there's all these signs. Turn around now. We're like, oh dear, what we're going through.
All right.
Do you want to
So-
give the person
Well, I do, but
Ingrid?
Yeah.
Fine.
it's the closest without going over,
Fine.
right?
Fine.
All right,
I'm
Nadine.
gonna get yelled
Ingrid
at .com.
Ingrid at carolinacoops.com. Please.
Oh, and I wanted to
address
say-
and T-shirt size.
I've had a few emails, just emails from listeners, and they are so nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you get any personal emails from people?
I
You don't read
I don't
your
read
email.
my emails. Yeah, if you have emailed me and I don't respond, it's because I don't read them.
He
But
doesn't
I
read
have
them.
people that read
I
them.
read them.
Can I
No.
take the senior one?
Yeah.
What? Someone's asking, what is the update on your walnut tree?
Well, you know what? I have everything I need to go after that guy, but I'm afraid because he's a career criminal. Like, if I go after him,
What did
Is
I
his-
tell you? What did I tell you?
don't be afraid.
No.
Oh, they're
Well,
lazy?
criminals are lazy. He was not very smart. Most criminals are not smart, but there's some brilliant criminals. Lazy, stupid, and impatient.
All right, I'll go. I'll go
What
after
do
him.
you? So
But I'm going after the other guy who left.
this person came to your property,
I know.
cut
I know.
a tree
Update-
down, and you're gonna
update
be
later.
scared of him?
All right, it's 1:45.
I know. Let's
for
go,
Pete's
guys. Thank you so much.
sakes.
Next week, are we here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's next week's show?
Oh, I thought you were gonna have this guy on, the treat guy.
Oh, this guy? Can we have this guy?
We can. They absolutely said they would love to. Made in USA. They're made up in Chicago. So of course I'm like, are you a Bears fan? Yeah. So I don't know them. I don't know this products, but I figured if they're
Well, let's
willing, Ethan will absolutely eat. What are you doing?
No, but it looks very natural. I mean, I'm sure we
I want
could
to throw
eat
them
it.
out to the chickens and see how they react to them.
Let's do it. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed the show. Have a wonderful,
ready.
safe. I run on just to give you time.
Okay.
That's a lot of things.
All right.
Have a good weekend, guys. Later.